This is GoaTaro. 100 videos, right? 100 videos. We're on 100. This is not the first take I've done on this, but it still gives me chills. The fact that I've done 100 YouTube videos, I mean streams included. But this is insane. And I started with a spring 2020 video in this exact room, actually different angle, exact room, while sitting on a whole lounge chair. That was my first video, and I didn't even know the basics of like editing. Still a bit, like I'm pretty sure I know the basics of editing now, but there's a lot I didn't know. I jumped into this as a person who was asked to do videos, asked to stream first actually, and then videos. But I just thought, since I have a lot of anime inspirations, anime content creators that I look up to, I wanted to somewhat make my channel after them. But then as time went on, I don't know if people who've subbed to me, who are with me from then up until now, and to them, I love you all, would have seen like a change in style, a change in editing, a change in like recording, recording on different formats, different quality, different like ways of speaking, you know what I mean? Like different topics and everything. Of course, I myself am not very good at keeping topics and keeping the series. I mean, like, look at this long list of series and playlists I have not yet complete. Right, reasons either being because, oh, I haven't found a worthy candidate to actually get the next video for a world's worst, like anime's worst anime like villain, anime's worst leader. Man, I'm still stumbling. Anime, like worst anime leader part 2, which I know for a fact I know who is, right? I know that video is coming out. I know like that person's there. But for those who stuck with me and everything, I really appreciate you. This is a long intro. I don't care. I usually look at time to make sure that I get people's retention and everything, but I'm grateful to everyone. 115 subs later, we're here. 100th video, spring 2022 lineup, but there's a difference between the first and now. I'm not going to be going through all this anime, I already did. The link is in the description below if you want to hear your favorite anime in this top 3 best, worst, and top 5 could be good, and it's not there. You can make your own list, or you could tell me in the comments why you actually like that. Oh, damn, I didn't think you feel this way about this or that. You know what I mean? Same procedure. This is GoaTaro. So top 3 best. Top 3 best. Okay, so let's start from 3. Traditional way of starting the top 3 anyways. Third place has to go to Kaguya-sama. The reason why I put a Kaguya-sama as a season 3 Kaguya-sama as number 3, what would be not 1 and 2. Reason why I put it there is mainly because of the fact that the story, in my opinion, I want to see how it ends. I am curious to see if it's still dragged with the whole concept of a guy, male crush versus female crush, who wins, who gets the confession first type of thing. I say this because I myself haven't actually finished season 2, but understand that there's a reason for that, and it's the same as the reason for my 5th place could be good. Cause you got me bored, bro. You got me bored. Like, I feel like Kaguya-sama was riding hype, and once that hype died out, you can't surf if there's no wave, right? And I was trying to surf without a wave. I wasn't watching it with the hype. I decided to watch it from a recommendation from Chopper, from a boy, you know. But then there's only so much you can do from a recommendation when that show is literally one trick pony ish, right? So yeah, I think it could be good. I could be wrong. I don't know why I'm saying it could be good. I mean, since the popularity of the show is insane, right? A lot of people love Kaguya-sama. The hype of itself is comparable to a Attack on Titan, the Demon Slayer. You know, like in the romance industry, like romance community, people love Kaguya-sama that exact same way. So putting it in third is justified, but then it's like an honorable mention for like it could be good. Okay, so now number two is probably one of my favorite like love anime. It was in it probably wasn't it wasn't it was not in my tier list. Right, there's a few great gems that I didn't put in my tier list that was on me, but I'll make a new one because I didn't want to complete it without watching the entire Dress Up Darling, right? And since I'm talking about Dress Up Darling is new, it's fresh, it's got that modern romance. Horimiya has that modern romance. Every year you get modern romance. 2020, the modern romance for 2020 was science. That was the Horimiya before Horimiya. That was the Dress Up Darling before Dress Up Darling. I had to put it at number two. Why? Because it's a matter of where you have two minds, two like minds, right, of equal intellect, both having some form of attraction that cannot be explained towards one another. There's one thing they have to do. They have to experiment on it. They have to try and make logic out of it. They try to do different experiments, going on different dates, trying to like draw up and reach different conclusions and gain different types of data, right? From this idea of them possibly falling in love with each other. But then the season ended with them liking each other. Now I want to see where the love is. Because now we know that the crush was confirmed. They both know that they had a crush for one another. Now it's time. Season 2 could tell us whether they actually have that love. What are they going to do for that love? Because they showed us what they were going to do for their crush, right? To show that, hey, I really have a crush on you. I'm an adult. I'm serious about this. Now, let's see obstacles. Because season 1 didn't have obstacles. It didn't have unknown variables. Now it does. But number one on this list isn't something that's just a favorite in my opinion, but probably a favorite in everyone's opinion. This is the best simulcast list. Remember that. Top 3. There's one I missed that y'all probably thought, damn, it should be on this list. Rise of the Shield Hero Season 2. I feel like watching this show was completely different from watching a Konosuba, even though Konosuba broke the same amount of ground as a Rise of the Shield Hero, in my opinion. They both have a unique way of telling an isekai story compared to, oh, I got isekai'd and into a world and became OP, right? Or I isekai'd into a world and became OP and had a harem, right? No one likes those. If you're a harem fan, you're probably gonna like those, but if you're an isekai fan, you get tired of it. Mushoku Tensei is another example of a show that has a unique isekai story. Now, going to a Rise of the Shield Hero, which actually got me to love Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, and appreciate it more, wouldn't also be as exciting if it wasn't for a redo of Healer. Because redo of Healer, people may not either admit this or may not have actually realized this, but without redo of Healer, we wouldn't have actually had closure from a Rise of the Shield hero. Reason why I say this is we never got to see Naofumi's vengeance. We never got to see him at his worst. We never got to see him as a scumbag or as a person who got the revenge he so deserved. Reader Healer got this for us. I was gonna say blessed us with this, but damn, that's messy, especially after watching it. But you're able to watch. I feel like I'll be able to watch a Rise of the Shield hero without needing to feel like, well, mine should be punished. People should be beheaded. Right? So, from watching this entire thing, the season 1 and watching Reader Healer season 1, I will admit, I watched the entire season 1 of Reader Healer. I felt closure. I can't wait for season 2, knowing that I don't have to wait for revenge. If revenge comes, it comes. But then it's not something that I am aching for, something that I cannot wait for after Reader of Healer just came. But then the story, the conclusion of the story, if there will be a season 3, what will happen, I want to see. That's why I put it as number 1, the best. I mean, it should be best, right? Right? But then that's all I can really say about the top 3 best. And the ones to actually look out for, you should actually have on your list in spring 2022. The best simulcast. Now, every good must have a bad. Every devil must have an angel. In this case, reference Black Clover. Come on, just watch my Black Clover review videos. I think I'm pretty good. But anyways, the top 3 worst simulcasts that I would not touch with a pole. In fact, if I watch one episode, don't talk to me that whole day because I'm probably in a bad mood. Starting with number 1. Actually, no, starting with number 3. Let's keep that thing going. Number 3. Trapped in a dating simulator. Like dating sim, right? It could go either way. The issue with this show, in my opinion, is mainly the plot itself. It gives me old Overlord and My Life as a Villainess vibe. It's a good way to combine the two, but when you have My Life as a Villainess already started this, okay, now we can just end it there because, I mean, it's there. The whole, I jumped into a dating sim, I'm probably gonna have a whole harem, and if I'm in a dating sim, I'm probably the main character, right? Or I have a significant role to play in the story, right? But now I also have the knowledge to overcome this. I don't even have to say Overlord. This is mainly My Life as a Villainess ripoff, just with a male, like a normal harem instead of a reverse harem. And since I saw how My Life as Villainous went from being a 9 to being a 7, I'm not excited for this at all. In fact, after seeing this type of writing, the fact that, the synopsis is close to being the exact same, why should I be excited for it? Exactly. That's why I put it at 3rd. Second would be the greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody. When I talk about ripoffs, right? This falls in there too. I mean, if a dating sim trap is one, then of course a ripoff of a Misfit of Demon King Academy, a Devil as a Part-Timer ripoff, is in here. I'm not excited, especially knowing that there's a lot of good shows to watch, a lot of shows that I'm excited to check out. Why would I actually watch this? This gives me a cliche feel. This is basically being written again, but now let's just put different characters, a bit more edgy scenes, and less quality in the writing. That's what it gives me. I could be wrong. I'm watching one episode of each of the worst. Even though I said I'm not going to touch it with a foot pole, I'm going to check it out. Now with the worst, it does pain me since this was one of my OG harem animes. The fact that this is having a season 4 is kind of odd, since and probably I could be wrong, many of these Data Live fans gave up on it literally a year after it came out and a year after they've watched it themselves. If a new anime fan would watch a harem show, I wouldn't recommend you watching a Data Live before a High School DxD. You have to watch Prime harem before mid harem. Data Live was good with the comedy and the shy protagonist until many other shows did it better. But to also have that incesty vibe, I can't. I personally can't do that. I don't think I have it in me to watch it while knowing that there's better harem shows out there. There's better harem anime shows out there, definitely. I mean, to this point, we've seen so many different harem anime. You see a My Life is Villainous, right? You see an Overlord, right? You see a Misfit of Demon King Academy, you see a High School DxD. You watch those and it's like, well, those are good. They tackle harem differently, right? From the Lost. But you look at a Date Alive and it's like, ugh, this is I wanted to write a High School DxD, but it would be plagiarism, so I had to make it worse. That's why I wouldn't watch it. And that's the top 3 worst. And I also did the top 3 best. Now, the top 5 could be goods, most of which are anime that have been highly anticipated in the manga community, in the light novel community, and I put a secret, like a special something in there, right? But now I'm starting from 5. From 1, I mean. Number 1, Spy Family. People will call it Spy X Family. Ayo, please get it wrong. I said High School DxD. I know I said it wrong. It's High School DD or Double D, right? If you get it, you get it. If you know, you know. If you don't get it, forget about it. And there's also Hunter x Hunter, not Hunter x Hunter. But Spy Family, the manga, clean art style, funny characters, especially the daughter. Oh, and the wife. Oh, and Lloyd. Oh, Lloyd Forger. But hey yo, and his boy is gonna be funny too. I know that. I know. But this show itself, the fact that I'll be excited for if any other studio took it, like a JC Staff. But the fact that the studio that started Attack on Titan season 1 up until season 3, up until the OVAs, which studio, GOATs, are busy doing Spy Family? Nah, number 1, right? Spy Family number 1. Number 2 is Tomodachi Game. Now I mentioned rip-offs like shows that they rip off the original, but now when you get a show with a plot that's not really delved into, that doesn't have that, the setting, it doesn't have that trope. It's not a trope right now. It's basically a 1 in a million done. I would love to see a Tomodachi Game. I think Tomodachi Game would be the next Darwin's Game. I think it could be good. I think it could have the lore of a Darwin's Game, the dark suspense thriller of a Darwin's Game, mixed in with the drama of a Standing on a Million Knives. Now people would be thinking, drama, Standing on a Million Knives, huh? For the main character. Now in this case, I think this could be really good. The show could probably go hard. I haven't read the manga. I haven't read the light novel. I don't know. I'm just going off a gamble for putting it at number 2. Because number 3 is Ayowashi. The sports anime, football anime. Hopefully it's better than Farewell My Dear Kramer. Oh my gosh, that thing was boring. But if this turns out to be what people hyped it up, specifically Lord Blue. By the way, Lord Blue, congratulations on your 10,000 subs on WebTube. enough said. Like 90 days is really that. And the fact that I was able to interview you on this channel, for you to be a part of the 100, I appreciate it. Thank you. Anyways, Lord Blue plugged me on this manga. He said this is a good read, and the manga, like the anime adaptation, is coming out. He said this in this video right here. You can check it out right there, right there. I'm gonna hold you to that. I'ma hold all you Ayoashi fans to that. The fact that people could say that this is the next Haikyuu. It's better than Haikyuu's writing. It has Kuroko no Basket action with Haikyuu writing. It's the best. I want to see it. That's why you're number 3, because I want to see it. But then number 4. Number 4. Number 4, in my opinion, would have to be Requiem of a King. Requiem of a King is, damn. I think when I read the synopsis and I read that, like, I saw that picture, right, the cover art, it gave me a lot of Game of Thrones vibes. And one of the characters looks like Geen, so I was like, well, I have to check it out. I mean, like, there's not much I can really say about it, right? It's race to the throne, you have to fight to the throne type of thing. It's probably like a fate. It has that fate story type of thing. But, like, people are thinking, wait, you put that there? But then my favorite show is at the worst? Oh? Anyways, yeah, that there. So number 5. And I'd like to end the video with number 5. Since this was a part of the first 4 shows that I featured in my first video, Spring 2020 review, I thought it would be best to end it with a Ascendance of a Bookworm, Season 3. Of course, I have mixed feelings towards it, but I'm prepared to put that aside and watch it because of how it made me feel in the first season. It gave me goosebumps the way mine thought. The way the plot was so different from a isekai. Understand that I watched Ascendance of a Bookworm after Rise of the Shield Hero. I was looking for the next big isekai. This was before a dungeon. Not saying that this is better or worse than dungeon. It's comparable. But this right here isn't an action-based anime specifically. This is more of a development anime. This is like a slime, but developing. Like if you watch Slime, this is basically the development of Slime without the action, just with the logic. So it's a Dr. Stone, right? Dr. Stone isekai anime. I like that, and I'm prepared to go and watch it. Why? Because it's mine, man. Mine's quirky. She's quirky. Come on. Anyways, this is GoAaro. Yeah. Yeah. I spoke about it. This is everything I've said up until this point. Wow. I'm bad with outros now. Thank you for my 100th video. Thank you guys. Thank you for the 150 subs. Thank you for all the views, the likes, the comments. I really do appreciate everyone. I really, really do. Anything else left to say? Besides, the usual. This is GoAaro. Signing out. Bye. Wow, I will not get used to that. I actually almost cried.